In 2011, Hogan produced this lovely box set with 5 Azerbaijan Airlines models. We've already taken a look at the first model, and today we will focus on the second one. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A319-100 of Azerbaijan Airlines. As mentioned, this box set contains 5 aircraft models. We've already looked at the ATR, and we will continue going through this set over the next couple of weeks. At the front of the box, we have a picture here of the aircraft model, and underneath that we have the Azerbaijan Airlines branding. The front can also be opened, and that reveals us here these cutouts, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft models inside. The back side of the box has the different highlights or historic moments of the aviation history from Azerbaijan, with a little bit of creative spelling. And here she is, the Airbus A319-100 in the former standard livery of Azerbaijan Airlines. As this model was created in 2011 from Hogan, and Hogan is a subsidiary of Herpa, it means we have the perhaps best mold that Herpa/Hogan has produced over the years. So let's see what the model actually has to offer when we start our tour around the aircraft model with a look at the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer have the Azerbaijan or Azal branding. On the fuselage we have 3 letters indicating the origin of the airline, and we have the aircraft type specification, but unfortunately no registration code on the aircraft, and that is actually something that is missing on all 5 aircraft models in this set. However, towards the tail of the aircraft we do have a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage, just above the blue cheat line, we find the writing of Azerbaijan. Next to that we have the Azerbaijani flag. While we don't have many details around the cockpit section other than the livery itself and the cockpit windows, I mean not even the window wipers were included here, which is disappointing, we do in my opinion have the best mold that Herpa/Hogan has ever made for the A320 family, as I think they have really nailed down the shape of the cockpit. The engine nacelles have been given a blue cheat line following the color scheme of the fuselage, and the silver leading edge has also been printed on, but that's all for printed details here. The physical detailing itself is not too bad, but not on the same level as current Herpa wings releases. On the fuselage, just above the wings, we have the emergency exit printed on, which leads us straight to the wings, which we should also take a closer look at, starting off with the top side, where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely, and we have some different shades of grey for additional detailing. Also, the physical detailing on the underside of the wings I think is very much acceptable. The wings of course also have the classic wingtip fences of the A320 family, and I think Hogan has done a decent job with that as well. The landing gear is the standard landing gear that Herpa/Hogan used on all their A320 family aircraft models, and I think that is a good thing because in my opinion it looks much nicer, especially the front landing gear, than anything we currently get from these companies. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the back of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A319-100 in the former standard livery of Azerbaijan Airlines from Hogan/Herpa in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, ultimately I think it is a rather nice aircraft model from Herpa/Hogan. I know I'm switching in between these two things, but it's the same company, so it doesn't really matter. When it comes to the print quality, I think Hogan has done a very nice job with this aircraft model. The only thing I'm really missing is the registration code. I think it is always a shame when an aircraft model doesn't have a registration code, because it just makes the model a little bit more authentic. When we then talk about the physical detailing, it is definitely a little bit of a mixed bag. What I'm very happy with is the landing gear. It looks so much nicer than anything we currently get from Herpa. Also, the shape of the cockpit section I think is much nicer than anything that Herpa these days produces. However, when we look at the engine nacelles or the wings, there I would say that in more recent releases Herpa has made progress, especially also how the wings have been mounted. But the difference is not huge, and overall the package with this model I think is still quite good. Which is why I would say if you can get your hands on this aircraft model set, then it is definitely worth having in one's collection. Now with that we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated, and of course if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. With that I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, hope to see you soon again, I'm checking out, and bye.